Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
Good day, curling fans, and welcome to the Archie Browning Sports Center in Esquimalt, BC. It's the British Columbia Curling Championships right here on Curling Stadium and the Stadium Sports Network. We are bringing this matchup here today between Team Corryn Brown and Taylor Reese-Hansen. Teams are shaking hands here, and we're ready to get underway. Team Brown has Corryn Brown at skips. The third is Erin Pincott. Second is Sarah Colton. And the lead is Samantha Fisher. For Reese-Hansen, it is Taylor Reese-Hansen throwing the fourth rocks. Megan McGilvory at third. Kim Bonneau at second. And Juliana McKenzie on the lead stones. My name is Dave Schmel. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm joined by Glenn Prince on the color commentary. And Connor Sims is on the ones and twos, making the production magic happen. How you doing today, Glenn?
I'm doing very well. Good evening, everybody. I'm excited to see this game tonight between an undefeated team and another team that's bound to make the playoffs, so it should be a good game.
So we see we have Corryn Brown throwing the red stones. It will be Reese-Hansen with the hammer here in the first end. Here's a good look at the Archie Browning Sports Center here in Esquimalt. Both teams are going to see how their luck goes in this game, and it's underway. Speaking of luck, you guys should get your luck in and covered right off the bat. Get your 50-50 ticket. Go to curlbc.ca/5050. Or you can go right to rafflebox.ca. I wish I was eligible where I am, but I'm not. I am not lucky enough to be a resident of BC.
Me either. I have been lucky enough to win a 50-50 once. I won a couple $1,000, so.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's a good feeling. First rock for Juliana McKenzie. Excellent come around on the first rock.
Yeah, it's a nice come around. We have that guard that's not really a center guard. So we're going to play the normal stack game, but just a couple feet over.
Looks like Corryn called for the corner freeze.
You see Jim Cotter back there, the coach.
Is he playing in the men's playdowns?
I haven't seen him, so okay. I don't think so.
Well, it looks like they're trying to drag it around now that it's not going to be corner frozen.
They do come around there.
Nice shot. The scoring area is already rapidly shrinking.
Cotter is actually on Team Wood. I just haven't seen one of those games yet.
Excellent.
Going through the lineups. That goes just a bit too far. An opportunity now to draw in.
Yeah, not ideal. Looks like there are two options here.
Option A.
Well, one, you could hit the blue stone and sort of roll the opposite direction, which is the first call she made. Then she sort of gestured that maybe just to kind of come down right there, freeze there. You could also blast them all and kind of stay there if you wanted to. I don't really like that option, but
So here's Sarah Colton.
longtime member of Team Galusha.
That one hits and gets just a little bit too much roll again. So both teams are trying to get dialed in here in the early going.
Yeah, just barely missing a couple of shots early. More discussion about which way to roll or where the best option is. Just playing board weight here, I think.
Kimba, no. Just a heavy clean on this one, usually a good sign.
Good shot. Mission accomplished. Sort of stayed right in front of that other blue. Doubles there, probably.
That double certainly is there, but I don't know really how much good it does. We're going to find out in a moment if we can hold the line here. Aaron now just with a heavy clean. Bang, bang, away they go. Now, 10 end games in these provincial playdowns, Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. I mean, most of my club games only go about 7 ends. So the idea of playing 3 more is both exciting and horrifying, I think, if I was in that position. But I love watching 10 end games from spectators' perspective.
7, we have 6 end Sunday.
Ooh.
6, 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Get done 12:30, ready to watch the NFL.
That's actually a really good idea for a league. I'll pass that along to my friends who convene. It's a good shot. Nice roll away. Those two blues are very flat.
That, and we have our Bloody Mary League. That's always a good one too.
Can't beat a Bloody Mary in my opinion, but
oh, you could have a screwdriver. They're both perfectly acceptable.
Or Caesar. There's lots of options.
Or Caesar, sure. Come on in and you have one.
Refill. I would be happy. Yeah.
Refill. Head out to the shed. Do a proper broom stack in the 4th end. Then go back out. Maybe. Get the hit. Are they going to be able to roll it under cover? Roll, roll, roll. Push it, push it, push it. It's going to corkscrew open a little bit. Great effort.
Yeah, great try. Tough shot, especially the first 10 to make a perfect roll.
Seen a lot of teams all week having problems controlling the rolls. It's been certainly not a known quantity for almost anybody in the building this week.
Much more first end.
Yeah, much more reliable method has been just drawing to where you want to go.
Yeah, it's tricky when the ice is not letting you do the things where you can't quite figure out where to put that broom to make sure the roll's made properly.
This is the
Yeah,
seventh game for both of these teams.
To get it by. I think we're on the front one. There it goes. Nice sweep.
Pass that, no problem.
They held that well. It looked like it was going rather pretty early, so really effective sweep to keep that straight enough to avoid crashing on the guard.
So now it's cleanup duty for Pincott. She kicks and fires. Just holding it down a nice heavy clean. Gonna peel off the side. Are they gonna be able to hang the shooter on? No, they will not. So big time advantage now for Team Reese-Hansen.
Yeah, it looks like she's splitting the house. I'm trying to keep those rocks as far away as possible, or the guard is the other option. Yep. Okay. What do you like better here, the guard or the splitting of the rings?
Well, the guard would the guard's probably the guard invites your opponent to come in and freeze underneath and take your end away. This gives you a good chance if it's well made of making sure you hold on to a deuce. It does probably take the 3 off the table.
Yeah, the other thing is if you don't make that guard really good, right, then they can make the double, and then you're probably looking at a blank.
Which isn't the worst thing in the world, but...
No, especially not in the first end.
Let's see, now the double's going to have to be thrown. Just a nose double will do it.
Yeah.
Very important to hang on for shot rock for Corryn Brown here.
At least make her look at something. Corryn Brown is 7-2 lifetime against this team, although they have lost the last 2 out of 3 to Reese-Hansen. So
her first of 2 here in the opener. Ooh. Not able to hold it there and only get the 1. Did roll to a good location, though.
Yeah.
Probably the best miss he could have come up with.
Yeah, she's sitting right in front of it, so it means removing that rock is not exactly easy.
Not if you want to have a chance to hold on to the shooter as well.
Yeah. Can you ever come with less weight maybe and just slash it far enough for a 3? That looks pretty difficult. That might be what they're playing.
I think that is the shot call.
Yeah.
Probably going to come with boardish weight. Try to get a...
Yeah, I think you'd have to be unlucky to not at least get your 1 there.
Oh, beware the power of the commentator's curse.
I was going to say, unless you knows it, and then it would be a steal of 1, but...
Well, it's her first of 2, so...
Oh, that's right. I should pay more attention to how many rocks are left. That might be more helpful to my commentary. Definitely not light out of her hand, it seems. Really trying to curl that over.
Can they carve it over far enough? Are they going to get any of it?
Oh.
No.
Got their own, yeah.
They just ticked their own out into the open. So now, where do you go? I want to protect. I still want to protect against the 3 here, but maybe try for a soft steal.
The hit and roll is not a terrible idea, in my opinion.
They're looking to see if they can run their red and make the crosshouse double.
Yeah, that's risky, I think, in the first end.
Would leave you sitting 2, but
Would.
they're just going to hit this open one and lie for 1 and 3.
I like this call.
Well, that's good. So Corryn Brown with her final stone of the opening end. Indicated it's just a little bit spicy.
Dr. Colton, telling us it's a little heavy.
They make contact, and they do lie second and third. So it's going to be a draw for 2.
Yeah, mission accomplished for Team Brown. Giving up a 3 in the first end's a bit rough. So I think that was a smart strategic play.
Taylor Reese-Hansen, final stone on the opening end. Just a heavy clean. Now bringing it just a touch. Line looks pretty good. Is the weight good?
Yeah,
Comes
really
on
going
down.
well.
And they bring it home for the deuce.
Great
Reese-Hansen strikes first. Brown will have the hammer when we come back. You're watching Curling Stadium.
The Kia Victoria experience is a different and better way to purchase a vehicle. We believe that the more positive your car buying experience, the more you're going to love your Kia. When we say the right thing to do, we're talking about putting the customer's needs first. It's about being honest and transparent, both in sales and in the service department, and it's also about treating everyone equally. If you haven't considered Kia Victoria, I would say come see it for yourself. You're going to be impressed with the people that you meet and impressed with the product.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
And welcome back to the Archie Browning Sports Center here in Esquimalt, BC. It's the British Columbia Curling Championships on Curling Stadium. It was a deuce for Taylor Reese-Hansen in the first end. Corryn Brown has the hammer here in end number 2. I'm Dave Schmel. I'm joined by Glenn Prince, Connor Sims on our production. We're happy to have all of you here with us. And if you haven't had the opportunity to subscribe to Curling Zone yet on YouTube, please do. Keeps you updated on all the curling events across the country and the world throughout the year. Never miss a moment of action. subscribe to Curling Zone. And that was a good deuce for Reese-Hansen, Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, they played a really fantastic game. A little bit of a miss on that first shot from Reese-Hansen, but still able to capitalize to get their deuce. Really, really great draw to the button to get their deuce. So, yeah, great start to the game.
And looking like we're going to get right back in there. This goes a little bit deep off the hand of Samantha Fisher, so they do bring it behind into the back 8. They lie 1 and 2.
It's behind the tee line, not optimal, but this draw is not easy either if they want to come down to it.
A wise, snarky lady at my club once told me, David, once they get behind the tee line, they never get closer. So I'm taking this wide draw around the outside.
Quite light.
Decidedly light. All right, so now there is a plethora of guards here, and now they're starting to do Brown a favor, so she's going to get in there first.
Yeah, 2 guards and they're staggered, so
2 stones away from getting there. So, big shot for Dr. Colton. Ooh, this one wrecks.
that one seemed like it curled a lot more than they were anticipating.
Yeah, because they were never really panicked about it.
Yeah, there was no panic at all.
Unless they saw it right away and decided to play it to hit it thick. Take another look at it there, Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, you can see they're sort of looking at the rock. There is some sweeping going on, but they still don't seem that worried about it. I mean, there's no panic in the sweep or anything. So I think they are calling down at that point because you can see as it crosses the hog line. Clearly, it's gonna wreck. So I think you're right. I think they were trying to get a good plan B out of that.
Now, with that being said, I think straight peel here or
yeah, I think you could try, I guess, the double peel. I mean, getting rid of one, I think, is a pretty good outcome here, though.
Question in the chat saying if 3 teams finish 6-1 as we watch this one head back, they're going to get the double peel as it spins and skitters towards the edge. It hangs on the 12-foot, but probably won't come into play. So why don't you go over that scenario if the 3 teams finish 6-1? We know who's going to end up being the 1 seed, right?
Yeah, if all 3 teams finish at 6-1, that means Reese-Hansen would then have beaten Corryn Brown. So that actually makes, I think Taylor McMillan and that point and Brown are kind of in this sort of same situation. So if Brown wins, let's just clear that up. They would be the top seed and get the bye at the final. If all 3 teams finish at 5-1, that means that Reese-Hansen has a win over Brown. Taylor McMillan has a win over Reese-Hansen, and Brown has a win over Taylor McMillan. And so it will come down then to the draw of the button to see who would advance out of that situation, whoever has the best cumulative draw of the button. So it could get very exciting here if Corryn Brown were to lose, because it will come down to that all-important draw of the button.
And what's your feeling on breaking ties with that as opposed to playing a tie-break game?
I get why we have moved to that system. I do think it rewards teams, right, that are consistently able to draw the button. It's a skill you need to have anyway in curling. I guess a little part of me, if I were a competitor, I think would probably be in favor of the tiebreaker. I mean, you see teams, especially this happened at the Olympics, right, that they got eliminated on the draw the button. But since everyone's aware of it before the game starts, before the tournament starts, I feel like, you've just got to learn to master that shot. So I think it does put some value onto learning that skill.
Trying to move a lot of granite here on the one, push it back to the second 3. Get them all moving.
Great shot.
What a fantastic shot there. Take another look at that one.
Lots of weight out of her hand. Great sweep here as well to keep it online. Makes contact right where they called it. Beautiful shot. Brown still sits one, but in a much better position now for Reese-Hansen. This end was looking a little scary.
Didn't realize the stone was on the way there, the way the broom was slowly.
I didn't either.
To me, it kind of looked like the guy climbing up the Price is Right mountain there.
Yeah, the cliffhanger guy, yeah.
Yeah. You're ready.
You're a child of a certain age, now an adult of a certain age, you'll have fond memories of that.
Absolutely. And the rangefinder moves slowly up the scale, but be careful when you stop the rangefinder, because we can't restart it again for another 57 and a half hours.
That's correct. Thank you, Bob.
And please help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. All kidding aside, here's McGilvery. Working hard to hold this one out there. They're going to get the hit. They roll on over, tick out the shot rock, and they're under cover. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, really well played. 2 back-to-back impressive hits from Team Reese-Hansen. Great sweep on that last rock as well.
So now Brown's going to take this about an 8-foot run on. Pin cut. On the brush, pretty much coast to coast. Coming up, it's going to over curl. And it's going to give a chance for Reese-Hansen to lay the guard in there.
Did roll that red over just a little bit, so the guard's not made perfectly, but
for me, I like one just on the top of the 12-foot right now. Although, is there a double on the blues on the outside?
Yeah, it is there.
Thank you, Connor. So that dictates this shot.
Yeah, I think to your point, exactly. That's why I think this shot is being called. They must feel a double is there.
It's one of those things, like, if she might not even want to throw that shot, but if you throw the guard, she's going to have to. So you end up challenging your opponent into making a shot that could just really mess you up.
Yeah, and if this is made well, the force is definitely on, so.
Hard just to hold this one. Ooh, and that's unfortunate because it moves that other winger out.
Yeah, and that back red is on the rings, so.
Question is, can you throw the double and not kill your red on the red on the way out? Don't know. Taking a look at the angle there. Looks like it wants to jam someplace.
Yeah, it's definitely close.
So we're going to play a little bit more of a conservative option here, a little down weight, pop and flop. Corryn Brown with her first here in the second. Colton on the hop. Makes the hit. It's going to stick right there, pretty well wide open. Gives an opportunity for just that shot back.
Just couldn't get quite to curl quite enough to get kind of the roll under there.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our presenting sponsor, Best Western, along with Bel Air Direct, Driftwood Brewery, Digital Direct, and AMJ Moving. Our platinum sponsors are Kia Victoria and Peninsula Co-op, and our government and community partners, the Greater Victorian Sport Tourism Commission, the government of BC, Via Sport, and the Township of Esquimalt. Thanks for supporting curling in British Columbia. So Reese-Hansen with her first in the second. I think this is a skosh toasty. Now trying to carve it over. It is hanging on the outside. Are they going to get it all the way up? The answer to that question is no. And it's good enough, though. The force is on. Surprised they're not even looking at the double, but
They must feel either, yeah, they must feel it jams on something over there. Bit difficult to tell at this angle.
maybe they don't think they have enough action in the stones to make it. So Corryn Brown. Final stone of the second end. She's facing two, looking for the hit and stick. Trying to carve it over. If this hangs here, it's a really bad thing. It's going to hit and stick well enough. She gets her single point. It's a 2-1 score. Reese-Hansen has a hammer. When we come back in third, you're watching Curling Stadium.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the RockShop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
And welcome back to the Archie Browning Curling Center. It's the BC Curling Championships here on Curling Stadium. From Esquimalt, BC. It was a single point for Corryn Brown. Reese-Hansen has the hammer here in end number 3, throwing the blue stones. And Brown had their chances there, Glenn, but it just never really materialized.
Yeah, some really great hitting from Team Reese-Hansen, especially at the third position, making a couple of really clutch doubles. Really got them out of some trouble because they were in trouble early. They were in trouble early in that end, but yeah, just some really great hitting by Team Reese-Hansen, and they were able to get the force.
You see the center guard up. And let the center draw-a-thon begin. Talked about
Almost
this.
like we've seen this before. Sorry. go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Well, that's right, and that's actually the point I'm alluding to. We see this a lot anymore since we've put in the no tick zone. So it's about a year or so, a year and a half in, maybe, that no tick's been pretty much universal. What's your thoughts? How do you think?
I think it's improved the game. I think teams got so good at at ticking rocks out that it really made it very difficult to make a good guard. So even if you made a really good guard, the tick shot just became so universally well played that I think this was a necessary improvement. I think it's really improved the game, helped scoring. So,
And my counterpoint would be that we see this same end so much.
yeah, I think that's also fair. I sometimes wonder though if it's not the only strategic choice. It just seems like it's the one that a lot of teams go to. So I think also people could just choose maybe to, diversify their offensive strategy. But
What do you think the next evolution will be?
what a great question. I was just talking about this at the curling club the other day. I don't think there's an obvious. I mean, I like that no blank ends or blank end flips the hammer. Right, that's being experimented with a lot.
Mhm.
I really like that rule because I think there are way too many blank ends. So I think that whether or not that becomes permanent or not, I think might be a discussion, or what the utility of that rule might be.
What I would think might happen, and I would like to see, is for us to move basically the mixed doubles 5-rock Moncton rule on steroids into the 4-player game. So still deliver the stones, no pre-placed stones, but no stones can be removed at all for the first 5.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And I think that brings the whole range of skill shots back in. Because I'm okay with somebody making a skill tick shot, but if there's a counter argument that you can just clunk it on, clunk it someplace under cover or in the house and it's not going away, like you might get into a situation where people purposely draw like back 12, so it'd be like their third counter later, knowing that nobody can touch it right away.
Yeah, I think we would see a lot more interesting setups to ends, for sure, as opposed to, like you said, we're sort of back where we have been the first 2 ends here in end number 3.
I certainly don't want to see us go to 6 or 7 rocks. That's, this is a good, we're at a good enough evolution where I think, nothing's screaming at necessary, but I don't want to add more rocks to the rule at this point. Before you know it, we'll be calling a left-hander in out of the bullpen to use the other half.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I think getting more guards, and we're sort of in a situation where we may be overly complicating things then, or the offense gets even more, I think, homogenized at that point, probably.
There's a 50-cent word. And we are going to get an update on our draw shot challenge scores, so thank you to our team back at our London, Ontario studios. We're actually, I believe, sitting in Esquimalt right now.
Excellent little hit and roll there, but it does leave a pocket.
That pocket is so big you could write Spalding on it.
Big fan of the broom team Reese-Hansen has. I may have one myself.
There are plenty of them at my club. My teammates would ask why I carry a broom. I want to be very effective 6 feet.
Yeah, that one really overcurled a bit as well.
So now an opportunity to counter.
There didn't seem to be a ton of concern about that ruck initially either, so I wonder if it's just curling maybe a bit later this game than they're used to. Or curling more, I should say.
Well, it is a little bit warmer outside today than it was yesterday. Later in the day might be just a little bit warmer. Can make the rocks run a touch straighter. As the ice can be a little bit faster. And we're in the third end now, so probably at our maximum potential or speedability. We're going to just invent words.
That's how new words are made, so.
But now we're going to have a cleanup on aisle 3 here.
Well, it sounds like anything like that last end, Megan's very capable of doing so.
So here comes a Megan missile. They are on this right out of her hand. It is curling a lot. They're looking for a way to plan B this. It's just going to be a straight feel. So now rather rinse and repeat. Throw the guard back up. It looks good here. It just needs to settle on the center. Don't want to brush it too much. That's a big overcurl there.
Yeah, I think that's the third or fourth rock this end we've seen substantially overcurl from where they initially had the broom. Now makes this short run back very easy.
So take 2 for Megan here. That's going to rattle around some stuff. Does leave them sitting 1, 4, and 5.
Team Brown's got a few options here, it looks like to me. They could hit and roll a bit. They could also just nose that red and sit there. A little off nose might be good.
So we're getting the LSD rankings right now. Tops is Corryn Brown. And Kayla McMillan at 3rd. Now trying to carve this stone over just a skosh. Make contact, move it over. Nicely undercover, and they lie 3. And Reese-Hansen is 4th in the DSC. Take another look at this shot, Glenn.
Yeah, a really great throw here by Skip Corryn Brown. I mean, mission accomplished. Right on their hand, just sort of clean, like clean now, a little bit of curl at the end. Really, they had a lot of options here. They ended up being able to really get a nice roll under cover here. So lots of pressure on the last 2 rocks for Taylor Reese-Hansen.
Electing for the run back here. Can certainly clear 3 here. Reese-Hansen bringing the heat. watching it come down now a little bit on the car. Push it back and push it through. So another one off the mark.
All kinds of trouble now for Team Reese-Hansen if this next truck, though, by Corryn Brown is made well. They'll still have a draw, but not an easy one.
I don't mind that. I don't mind it even a little.
Okay. That will really just leave the outturn draw.
Yeah, if you split center or even a touch to the left as we're looking at, it forces the draw against 4. I mean, and you just watched Reese-Hansen throw a 7-second peel. Final stone for Corryn Brown here in the third. They lie 4. So it'll be a draw for 1 against 4. So she's going to see if she can bring in the skill. You can bring in the luck. The jackpot for the 50-50 is now over $2,000. Go to curlbc.ca/5050 raffle. Get your lucky ticket now. If it's okay with you guys, we'll sell a few more losers just to make it look good. And of course, please play responsibly. Final stone of the third end. Taylor Reese-Hansen facing 4. Pressures are back and forth off and on. They seem to like the weight. Is the line going to be good enough? Might have to get a little chisel off of this. Chisel off, chisel up. Does it get far enough? Yes, it does, and she gets her single point. She needs a 50-50 ticket, and we'll come right back after we pay some bills. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
Welcome back to Esquimalt. And it was a very, very fortunate single point for Reese-Hansen there in the third end to take a 3-1 lead. Corryn Brown has the hammer here in the fourth. And we were talking some of the break. And that was a good call by the person in charge of the house.
Yeah, that very easily could have gone all wrong there for Team Reese-Hansen, and they were looking at 4. So excellent call to sort of get that chap off the rock and then kind of roll into the center for their single point.
You would have had that all day.
Oh, all day, every day. Especially from the commentary booth. I'm really good at those shots. So
All day.
good to see the fourth end. Looks like ends 1 and 2 and 3 so far. So
Should I move into a very good, pleasant good morning from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania? Bill Murray's great films, Groundhog Day. This one is just a skosh heavy. It's going to chisel off. Better than I thought.
yeah, really good judge there by the brushers.
Big shout out to all the volunteers and officials and timers who are working this event. It takes a lot of volunteers to make a playdown happen. And if you ever time the game, it is probably the most frustrating thing to do in curling because you can't even pay attention to the strategy. You just have to watch red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. So if you get a chance, thank a timer, but not while they're timing, because then the timing supervisor will get mad.
Absolutely. I have learned to time and timed a couple of games, and it is far more stressful than I think people realize.
And the timers for this event are watching from the press level alongside of the sheets, as opposed to right behind that we see often.
It's another overcurl there on the outturn side.
Well, we've had no shortage of rocks in play, but I think we're going to see a little bit more hitting this end. Here's Sarah Colton. Fisher on the brush.
Yeah, that rock really started to curl.
And they caught their own, and they're going to skid her out. No, it's going to hang on.
Yeah, the sweeper was on that to keep it straight the entire length of the sheets. They must have known out of her hand that it was pretty either tight or was curling more than they expected.
Yeah, something was a little sketch there. Do kids still say that?
I work with college students. They would just say it didn't have a lot of riz, I think.
A lot of riz.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm not even going to honor the other thing that people are saying now.
Unless our score gets to it, I guess.
Well, that'd be the only reason.
Reese-Hansen sitting 3 at this point.
Although the more I hear it, the more I progress to being a fully mature, crotchety old man. Practicing my get off my lawn! If the kids throw the frisbee over the fence, I still throw it back right now, but I'm contemplating more and more saying, it's mine now.
Sweepers are on this early in the
This one
entire
is,
length of the...
yeah, this one is over curling a bundle Are they even going to get it past the guard? Oh, yes, they do. Great effort to do that. But it does overcurl, and it's not even a counting rock.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen a ton of rocks now on both sides, both the in and the out turn, and both coming home and away, just curling more than they anticipate. They were lucky, I think, to get that one by. They really had to sweep that to avoid ticking the guard.
Well, it's the same for both teams, of course.
Yep.
This one is too heavy and goes all the way through. Who can make this draw first?
I feel like this is one of those times the club curler can appreciate what's going on, trying to make that same shot several times, getting that right angle, the right speed.
Well, they're on this one. This is decidedly lighter.
Yeah.
Decidedly wider. He needs to get those last few licks in. This one might actually get the job done. That's how you do it, kids. Just like that. Okay, so now... Okay, Erin, so just do what she did, but do it better. She says, you got it, Skipper. Erin Pincott with her final of the fourth. Except it's not Erin Pincott.
I think that's Megan, yeah.
Yeah, it certainly is. I got my color all messed up there. Oh, still a little case of the heavies. Interesting. Now do you take those two in the middle and kind of split the rings a little bit?
That was my first thought. What else do you like in this situation? Oh, we're gonna have a conference. Erin Pincott.
This is our first mound visit. We have 5 remaining. That's another thing that might be helpful, because we do so many events where there's not time clocks. So maybe you limit the number of times. We've seen 8 end games go way over 3 hours before. And that's not fun for anybody, I don't think.
No. I really like that a lot of even like things I've done locally in clubs. There's a lot more of at least attempting to keep some sort of time, and I really appreciate that just because I think it helps the speed of the game. And, it's hard to have multiple leagues if you can, or it's hard to have a fun league if, you're getting 4 ends and you're not really getting a whole curling game. And sometimes, unfortunately, that happens when lots of discussions happening about every shot.
But this is on the time clock, so there's a finite time available. So now for realsies, Erin's going to throw. They are going to make that same shot that we had suggested at first. They make it pretty well.
I really like the weight choice there, right? Not throwing a heater down the middle, just enough to accomplish the objective.
Right, and it does bring a jam into play. Can't really come at that red from the out-turn side too easily. So this is an interesting call. The question is, does it have an angle to get to the third one, or is it going to jam into the back?
Yeah, from this angle, again, kind of difficult to see. I'm also not the biggest angle expert, but they must feel like there's a good option here. Double's there for sure.
Well, you know, we've been promised a telestrator.
Ooh. I'll try to avoid going all Russ Howard on it.
They picked this one up right out of our hand. Both ladies working hard on the line. Can they hold it there? And on the outside, they get all three moving. Does it go out the back, and out the side? Pretty good. Okay, now there's a little bit of talk about they might have had two brushers behind the tee line there.
Yeah, I saw the X come up for the technical timeout, so maybe on the replay we can see here at the end.
Now, I saw the inside brusher stop sweeping. So you had half a second, or was that about kicking the stone?
I think it's about those two side stones you see there with Juliana McKenzie, the lead.
Give it to us one more time here, Connor. And play it a few more times because the folks on the ice might be trying to watch it too.
Yeah, I think there's
okay. She didn't remove the blue stone fast enough.
Yeah,
the red would have cleared, in my opinion. All right, and they did decide that it would have cleared, and they removed that rock.
It's also
I think that's the correct call.
Yeah, and I also think it's one of the best things about curling, right? I mean, the non-offending team gets to choose, but it's really a game about what, making the right choices and what would have happened. You don't see teams take advantage of that. It's just one of the best things about curling.
I know. I was kind of sold by the fact that if you lost, your opponent bought you a beer.
I mean, you can't beat that outcome either.
So 1st and 2 for Corryn Brown here. And she lies too. Going to try to freeze her way out.
There's some danger to this shot if you don't make it perfectly right. You could give up 3.
You could give up. Yeah, you could certainly give up 3. With a 2-stone lead, trying to play hard for the force. Possible early inflection point in this game. Taylor Reese-Hansen with her last. It's on the way. Brusher's standing straight up. Always kind of scary when you see this. All right, now it dug in some. Trying to go plan B, trying to get around it. Got to bury it now. Has to get well buried. Might get away with it. Although, you ever try to dig it out for 3?
I don't know. Can you get around that? I mean, their red is sort of in their way now, right? Because they've come around it. So
but you only need to push it into the full
true.
12. And if if you were to wreck on your red, with the weight you're going to throw, you're still going to score 1 minimum.
Yeah, because you're going to roll into the 4-foot probably with that kind of weight, or maybe even like back 8. It doesn't really matter at that point. As long
And
as
if you
have
go
some
for the
back weight.
chase, if you go for the chase, you have a shot at 3. Based on the ice, I think they're just giving it a mild attempt.
Yeah.
And I say they're not really committing all their poker chips to this one, but they get it. And if it's online, let them try to brush it with enough weight to push it there. So Corryn Brown has one in her pocket. Looking for 2, maybe 3. Final stone of the 4th. Colton now trying to walk it over, get all the curl. As long as you're past, you get all the room in the world. You got all the room in the world. Get there, you got to make contact with it. Oh, and it flashes right on by, and it's just going to be a single point for Corryn Brown. Reese-Hansen has the lead, and she'll have hammer when we come back in 5 here on Curling Stadium.
When I was younger, I thought purpose had to be big, like changing the world. But then there's the little things, like fueling someone's car before an early shift, or helping someone find the perfect bottle to toast a special occasion, making sure the shelves are full so a family can cook dinner, so those kids can have their favorite treats, like giving back, like making everyone's day just a bit better. Maybe that's exactly our purpose.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Welcome back to Esquimalt. It was a single point for Corryn Brown in end number 4. And Glenn Prince, we were talking the break, and literally, we love the fact that they looked for 3 there.
Yeah, just a little heavy on that attempt to just push that rock just ever so slightly back. Didn't quite get to it, so ended up flashing the shot, actually. But a really good attempt there by Team Brown. I think it's the right strategic play. Still only down 1 after 4, so.
Now Reese-Hansen. Do you think she's looking to blank here in the 5th?
If you can, yeah. I mean, I think you try to go for your 2, but if it looks like it's not gonna, go that way, I think you try to get out of trouble early and then take the hammer to the even end after the break.
And welcome back to Puxatawny.
Really well made freeze there. Yeah.
We've seen this film before.
Yeah, it's interesting that all 5 ends have both teams have chosen to kind of play the ends very similarly. So interesting to see if the second half, if someone gets a big score here or a blank, if maybe there's a change in the approach at all.
So how did you spend your New Year's Eve? Are you a rabble rouser?
I am not. So I went over to some friends' houses, and I'm a big musical theater guy, so we sang a lot of songs for musicals and rang in the new year together. And I was home by a sensible 1 a.m. How about you?
Well, I had a game to call earlier in the day and just kind of stayed here as well.
My favorite hand gesture is the one for on the nose.
Yep. I mean, there's only one song I can think that you would want to sing on New Year's Eve if you're singing show tunes.
Which one would that be?
525,600 minutes.
From my years, yes, the 1995 musical Rent. Good choice. There's also a song called Happy New Year in that musical.
Oh, there you go. But how do you measure a year?
Not quite what was called.
No, but you see you have those staggers there. Now the question is either team going to elect to hit the control delete here? And there's your answer.
Yep. Back to our earlier discussion, right? This is kind of the way you work to get that blank in and the odd in.
So here's Bonneau. A little poppy on the release, but they're back and forth. Only going to get the single. I think she just put it out a little bit.
Yeah, you could see a little in out there right at the very end. Looks like they're just going to put the guard back here.
And the guard does go back up. But now back on the peel.
Much crisper release on that one.
Still just going with the single peel. Not wanting to leave a guard. Looking for just a little bit of an opportunity to generate an angle there.
Rinse and repeat here again.
This one has a long way to walk.
Read my mind.
Might be that opportunity to generate that angle.
Yeah, excellent sweep there, though. I didn't think it was going to be even that close to the center line, so good effort there.
Got that last little corkscrew.
Yeah. Makes the shot a little less visually appealing from the hack, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And just a single peel again, so we're right back on the guard train.
We've seen this movie before. I also think this is probably the most underappreciated shot in curling. Not by curlers, but just sort of like by your casual fan, right? Oh, it's just a guard. Can't be that hard. Especially like if you're trying to throw a 1 and a 3, right? That's just, throwing a 1 guard is a very difficult shot in curling. This looks a little spicier than the first one.
I think it's going to settle in just fine. Probably a little bit tighter than they would have liked, but the line's going to be...
Yep.
Okay, let's see if they make a foray into the house here.
Does make that run a little bit easier now.
That was the old I'm okay with it if you're okay with it.
The equivalent of the whatever you like from the other end.
I don't hate it. Peel attempt on the way. This one's going to come on up and make a little bit of contact and scatter him in the rings. Removes a couple. It is 1 stone in for Reese-Hansen. Shot and third for Brown.
Yeah, I'm not sure the angle that hit is exactly the angle they were looking for, though, because the setup they've been left in the house is not ideal. I think if you're trying to kind of generate the blank here. Another good look at Jim Cotter there.
Jim Cotter. Obviously,
Man.
The myth, the legend.
Exactly.
Long time prior participant.
Olympic curling trials finalist with John Morris.
Indeed. Trying to hold this one, making sure they don't wreck on their own. They kiss it. It's going to hang on. They lie 1, 2, and 3. Pretty well scattered.
Pretty good outcome. Forces a pretty difficult draw. It's there for sure.
Yeah, so Reese-Hansen is going to look for the skip's deuce here.
Really the only option, I think, at this point for trying to generate your 2.
Electing for the wide, for the in turn as opposed to the wide out turn. That would be in uncharted waters.
Yeah, it would be a total guess, I think. I don't think we've had many shots out that wide, at least not in the recent past. So play the path you know.
Yeah, right off of this one. Needs to sit. Sit, Ubu, sit. Oh, no.
It's not a good dog.
Not a good dog. It went all the way back. It is Brown line. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, right where Aaron Pincott is gesturing would be an excellent spot. That's also not bad. Kind of like the closer to the center line option better myself, but You can see Team Brown taking more ice than they have because that outturn has been curling more than they anticipated, but they've moved the broom nicely, I think, here for this.
Yeah, making an adjustment's very important.
John Hale has also commented, please, Dave, no more singing.
I saw that. I wasn't going to dignify John with that. John's a good guy. I haven't been down to his club in a while, though. I had to make it a point to get there. Well, that's not the worst outcome. It's going to force a draw. No hit available.
Yeah, and the tendency on these, she was just heavy, right? That's the blue rock you see in the back 12. So the tendency there may be to pull back a little bit. Got to make sure you don't pull back too much, though.
Or if you only pull back just a skosh. And I love the Potomac Curling Club as well.
I'm there every year for their glitter spiel.
That's a great event. Of course, they're well known for the cherry blossom spiel. And RIP to the Embassy Robon spiel. Final stone of the fifth. Reese-Hansen needs to stick this draw for her single. And she does indeed. She'll take a 2-stone lead as we go to the break. We'll be back in just a moment on Curling Stadium.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh boy. John.
Wheeling.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
It's the fifth end break. It's Reese-Hansen up by 2. Now, Glenn, take us around the rings.
Yeah, so on the sheet you're looking at right now, that's Team Blandford versus Team Wakefield. Wakefield leads Blandford 5-3 after 5. Next door, we've got Tanaka against Montgomery, and after the 5th end, Montgomery leads Tanaka 4-2. And the next game is our featured game, Brown versus Reese-Hansen. Reese-Hansen leads Brown 4-2 at the break. On sheet D, it's Team Powell versus Team McMillan. Big 4 in the second end for McMillan means that Caleb McMillan's team leads Team Powell 6-2. And on sheet E, we've got Team Krell against Team DeJong, and you can see the game has already been called. Team Krell defeats Team DeJong 10-2.
That's a look around the rings. We'll be back with the second half from Esquimalt after this.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
When I was younger, I thought purpose had to be big, like changing the world. But then there's the little things, like fueling someone's car before an early shift, or helping someone find the perfect bottle to toast a special occasion, making sure the shelves are full so a family can cook dinner, so those kids can have their favorite treats, like giving back, like making everyone's day just a bit better. Maybe that's exactly our purpose.
And welcome back to Esquimalt. We're in the Archie Browning Sports Center. It's the British Columbia Curling Championships here on Curling Stadium. It is a 2-rock lead for Reese-Hansen over Corryn Brown. Corryn Brown has the hammer, throwing the red stones. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Dave Schmel. I'm joined by Glenn Prince, and Connor Sims is our producer. Well, thank all of you for watching here on Curling Stadium. If you have not yet subscribed to Curling Zone, please do. Gives you an opportunity to stay up to date on all the different games across the country and the globe. You won't never miss a minute of the action, and it's completely free to you. So please give us a subscribe. My goodness. Well, after that smooth sandpaper opening, that draw went a little bit deep.
Yeah, it's the 6th end, right? So after that 5th end, sometimes the rocks are a little speedier.
Gotta watch out for that chamois.
Yep, the mop will get you every time.
Historically, the only time we ever heard Lance Steiner talk was the beginning of the 6th end. Watch out for the chamois.
Not a man of many words. Really nice guy. I got to play with him and his wife Kelsey once, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I concur with that. A friend of mine at our club actually has a shirt that has a picture of him and just says, "Shut up, Lance Steiner."
One of the nicest people. I mean, most people in curling are really nice, which is one of the reasons why I think a lot of us love it, but truly just a really, really generous human being with his time. You're just now joining us. Really good draw again from Reese-Hansen. to take that single point in the fifth end. 2 clutch draws really from her, both in the third and the fifth end.
Yeah, if not for that drawing, this would be a completely different landscape.
Yeah, because Team Brown has kept the pressure on them, right? They've forced them in ends 3 and 5, so.
Another one just a hair behind the tee line, so give an opportunity to lock onto it. The 50-50 is getting exciting, Glenn. It's $2,350 in the jackpot.
Yeah, I was mentioning earlier, I've been fortunate to win one of those, so that's a good pot, especially for a late draw. It came up quite a bit light, just kind of stopping in the top 12 foot there.
So you see they're thinking of crossing it up here and kind of guarding it that way. Or what do you see on this side?
I mean, are they trying to sort of corner freeze the blue or come across the face, maybe to kind of do the same kind of action you were just talking about? Didn't really see where Corryn wanted this to end up, so. Sweepers are on this pretty early. Now backing off.
And they are going to get that stagger there.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting road to get there, but they got there.
Really good outcome.
Called and made.
I feel like Sarah Colton has really kept the pressure on it playing second in this game.
Yeah, she's had a good game so far. Just the one shot that was a stray wide, but otherwise, pretty much batting 1,000. On the way from Bonneau. Push it back into the middle. Get them all moving. Does that one make it all the way out the side door? Almost, but not quite. But great action there.
Yeah, I mean, this is yet another really great hit from Team Reese-Hansen. In a bit of trouble here. Had to make this angle perfect, basically, to end up with blue sitting where they are now. And you'll see just really, really well called. Gets right on the blue. The red goes out the back door, and the red is still there, but blue is still out counting it with their one in the top 12. So yeah, really great shot.
Okay, so that one significantly light, Glenn.
Yeah, now Team Brown could be in a bit of trouble. That guard out front and then the two in the top 12 are overlapped. So there'll be some work to do here for Team Brown if this is made well.
Not really doing much to this one now that's starting to come on over. needs to come on over and sit. A little bit heavy, but they got to a good spot.
Yeah, that really nice. That curled in nicely right at the end. Really good judge again by the sweepers who were on it early and then watched it walk over at the end.
So Pincott makes the run back, but leaves both guards, so really doesn't really help too much.
No, yeah, you're still running that blue in if you're trying to make the double run next, and it's been really difficult if they can sink that blue right where you saw Taylor's broom. We've seen a lot of good hitting out of Team Reese-Hansen. At this end, we've seen also some really excellent drawing to put Team Brown in trouble.
Megan's going to need a good one here. On the way from McGilvery. There it goes. It takes that turn. That is pretty good.
Yeah, it really seems to warp in there on that end turn side at the very end. Just really curls there. Team Brown now in really all kinds of trouble here.
So Pincott, a little bit wide here. They're trying to walk it over. Just going to be a straight peel, and the troubles continue.
Yeah, I think she may have popped that out right on the release just a little bit, ever so.
So putting that guard right back. No reason not to.
Yeah, Team Brown's running out of rocks as well, so a really well-made guard here, and still a lot of work for Corryn Brown to even be able to score this end.
Here's Reese-Hansen with her first of two. This one's going to need to catch that curl. It does. Now can they finish it up far enough? Keep it moving, keep it moving. Not done yet. Is it good enough? Might be.
They're definitely just a little bit of that last little turn again on that guard means they're slightly overlapped.
Yeah, to hit the tight one and make contact, you'd have to hit every whisker you can see. Not want to take that chance. Going to play this double peel. If you want to protect yourself from bad chances, you can contact our presenting sponsor, Bel Air Direct. Doesn't go well, you can wash it down with a beer from Driftwood Brewery. Sleep it off at Best Western. And then find a way to use the services of Digital Direct and AMJ Moving once you get thrown out of the house.
Great ad read. Loved it. Ooh.
Oh, just past everything.
And takes out her own. Not that it was particularly helping her back there, but
that was rough.
Yeah, now sits 4. And I mean, if you get that blue there, you're really playing just to cut down the number of steal points at that point, because there's I don't think you can score at that point.
Also need to make sure we thank our platinum sponsors, Kia Victoria and Peninsula Co-op, and our government and community partners, the Greater Victoria Sport Tourism Commission, Government of BC, Via Sport, and the Township of Esquimalt. Thank you so much for supporting curling in British Columbia. Reese-Hansen with her final, the sixth. Looking to really lay the pressure on Corryn Brown here.
I thought the call was to come in, but I could be wrong.
I think they were playing to be a little bit tighter and blocking the draw path.
Yeah, because you, at the very least, I think if Corryn makes the draw, she can make, right? She's probably maybe just looking at a steal of one. The button is still there, though.
So final stone upcoming, yeah. She's going to be
one. I think would be a good outcome here. Yeah, sorry.
Not a problem. Steal one would be a fine outcome for her. Going down 3. Really wanting to score here in the all-important 6th end. Facing 4. Final stone of the 6th. Needs the lid. This has got a long way in to travel. Working the carve, trying to move it over is Colton. This is way outside. Is it even going to hang on to the 4-foot? It does, but it is a steal of 1 and 2 for sure. May have been 3. We didn't get there before they kicked it out. We'll find out the exact total in just a moment. We'll be back on Curling Stadium.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
Read the wrong thing. And welcome back to the Archie Browning Sports Center. It's BC Curling Championships. See it up there. It was a steal of 2 for Reese-Hansen. So able to cut it down a little bit, but still Corryn Brown in the driver's seat. Reese-Hansen has a hammer here in end number 7.
And we have a corner guard here in the 7th end.
It's a different movie. I don't know how to commentate this.
Yeah, I'm lost now. Really good 6 then, though, by Team Reese-Hansen. Taylor had made some great draws. The rest of the team was hitting really well, but just a really well played end for the whole team. Put a lot of pressure on Team Brown, and that's what led to the steal of 2.
This one just a little bit heavy. Slides to the back 8. But wait, there's more. We're going to get a second corner guard. Two, I say.
This is not heavy.
Well, it's going to get over. We'll even make the logos. Just go short.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's so high and quite wide that even if you do come around that corner guard you see, it was just thrown by Team Brown, you can probably get to it.
It might be in the button draw path, too.
Yeah.
This is just about exactly where it was ordered. So looking to make a little play on him. Jostle him around and build a wall. So stone from Colton. Coming down really, really light. Just going to tap up the blue a little bit. Up. There's a broom down.
Have that play down. I can do that any end you need, so. Yeah, a bit of a tough miss there for Dr. Colton.
Gonna try a double peel on these guards now. Carve it over a little bit. On the one, across. Oh, just underneath. You end up wrecking on your own and clearing a few.
Yeah, it's a bit of a break there for Team Brown.
Absolutely gives them this pocket they can just come on into.
A lot more space there now as well. They're all sort of grouped. They're kind of difficult to get rid of, but now can make the come around real nice here.
Working on down. Ends up being very light. And
almost the same exact spot.
You almost feel like they had to catch something because they weren't brushing it hard at all.
Yeah, out of her hand, they seemed to indicate. In fact, they were a little concerned. It looked like that it might be a smidge heavy, so maybe something in that path that they've been trying to draw down into. Because, yeah, they didn't, I mean, they weren't panicked at all. There was no sweeping, really, so.
But those reds are queued up, so how do you address them?
Yeah, I was literally just about to say that. Yeah, I was like, the one good thing is, you know, a nose hit on your own would take out the back blue.
So McGilvery will come on down.
It's one of those odd things that happens in curling when sometimes you don't make anywhere near the shot you called, but what you've left is sort of trickier than might initially seem. So you got to make sure you work your way through that problem.
I think you're going to see them try to drag it past it. Come with a lot of weight and hit basically broomside. McGilvery on the carve now. They get a piece of it. They get the dangerous stone out of the way. And did not advance the brown stone into the rings, I don't think. Camera angle is not perfect there, but
yeah, it looks off the rings from this angle. It does leave them the ability. Corryn immediately went to the come around, so. But I don't, well, maybe now rethinking where the come around will go. Lots of great hits, though, this game from Reese-Hansen's third, Megan.
pin cut with the draw. Sarah says, let it settle down. That is well undercover and well buried.
Really nice draw.
There's a very sensible choice here.
If there are any bananas in the stands, they'll be happy with this call.
I would say that the curling bananas and or the curling group or any place where they're showing up should be hitting up one of the three major banana producers and locking up that sponsorship forthwith. Could be the Dole or the Chiquita or the Del Monte banana peel.
Or all three, why choose?
Yeah, they usually want something exclusive. Or you could have all three bananas and have them race at the fifth end break. That would be good television. If Pittsburgh can have a pierogi race, why can't curling have a banana race?
Oh, a pierogi sounds good right now. That came up a little bit lighter than they wanted. I think that
it did.
Reese-Hansen still sits 2.
So you see their options there. They're thinking maybe they draw into the 4-foot. I'm pretty confident you're sitting 2.
Yeah, from this overhead, it looks like it's pretty clearly blue sitting 2. We're just going through all the options. What do you like here?
Well, now that you said it, I want a pierogi, but I'm always a fan of putting another one in this situation. Best guard is to lie 3. I wouldn't be opposed to chasing the red in the top 4. That could group all your stones for a possible triple, so the draw is probably more sensible. They may be playing this outside hit, though. That's what they are. Looking at the handle now.
Oh, yeah.
So Reese-Hansen coming inside out, trying to take this stone off the outside. They pop, they flop. Did they leave a triple?
I think they might have. At the very least, yeah, you see Corryn kind of gesturing double and have the shooter roll. Yeah, kind of looking at the outcome, I think your call to maybe drawing behind that red, being the 4-foot, may have been a more fruitful outcome for sure, because I do think lots of options here. You can hit this multiple ways too, I think, and still achieve your goal. So
So Corryn Brown, trailing by 4, needs to make something happen here in the 7th. Her first to 2. Gotta get him moving, hit it on the wrong side, really.
yeah, and didn't throw a lot of weight at that, actually.
I think the called shot was to hit and roll underneath her own in the back 4.
Yeah.
And it just looks like she got it started out of her hand.
Yeah, both of those inside out hits were a little bit tricky. Still not out of the woods here, though. I think if you hit the outside, yeah, I think that's their play. They're going to hit the outside red. Being up 4 and getting up 2 in an odd end, not a terrible outcome, so.
Selecting for the safe shot here. Final from Reese-Hansen, and she got that one going. Pick this one up immediately. Good brush to hold it. And be hit for 2.
Mission accomplished here for Team Brown, though. Get your deuce and start taking your chances in the 8th end.
So Corryn Brown needs a hit and stick to get her deuce here and cut the deficit in half. Final stone of the 7th. Colton on the clean. Fisher trying to work it over just a touch. Get the hit. Does it hold on well enough? Yes, it does. Hang 2 for red. They trail by 2. Reese-Hansen has a hammer when we come back on Curling Stadium.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
Welcome back to the Archie Browning Sports Center in Esquimalt. Reese-Hansen holds a 2-stone lead and has hammer here in end number 8. And Glenn, we were talking some during the break over the potential Scotties implications of this game.
Yeah, so Taylor Reese-Hansen's team is definitely in the running for one of those remaining spots in the TTRS race in terms of what that looks like for wild card spot. She's in a very, very close way with Alberta's Serena Gray-Withers, and so if she could continue to do well here, perhaps make the final win this thing, it could really change sort of the outlook of what those teams will look like going into the national tournament.
And now, if you're Brown here, you're all in, right?
Yeah, I think you have to be. You're down 2. It's the 8th end. You're running out of time. So I think you've got to try to steal here. Team Brown played a really good 7th end, so hopefully they'll take some confidence from that. If Corryn's didn't overcurl, her first strike didn't overcurl, right, they may have been looking at an even better crooked letter, right? So a well-played 7th end from Team Brown.
First 2 are stacked in there nicely for Reese-Hansen. Now, looks like Brown's going to come deep here. Let's see if Dr. Colton has the prescription.
Well, she's definitely got the shots, so that helps.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Try the veal. Be here all week.
Well, that was just a skosh light. It's not the worst outcome, but now the peels can commence.
Yeah, and that's the 3rd in a row from Sarah that's come up light. Her 2 draws in the last inning and now this one, and that same intern. So having a little bit of difficulty finding the right weight on that turn.
This one comes on up. Oh, just over the top. So close to getting the double peel. Yeah, we rinse and repeat, put the guard back up.
We had a brief interlude in the 7th end where we tried the corner guard. We are back to our play to the middle.
Well, Reese-Hansen's okay with the action in the middle right now because generally a big end doesn't go too much either way. It can, but doesn't often. And this one is just a touch outside.
Yeah, and now they've also staggered their own guards and their own rocks, so there's nothing they can run easily into there. That's 4 in a row. They tried the out turn as well with Sarah, so maybe just struggling a little bit with her draw weight here late in the game.
But no. Just a straight peel off the top there. They're content to make Brown waste every rock here.
Yeah, you don't want to come in too early. So I think Corryn will keep throwing the guard.
So ideally in your world, if you're desperately trying to steal, when do you decide to come in?
It's like you read my mind. I was literally about to make a comment. Do you come in on thirds last, skips first? Even some people think skips last, right? I think you have to kind of determine like when you've got to beat them there, right? You certainly don't want to sacrifice your ability to get here. I think I would probably come in on... I might come in on Corryn's first, but I could also see an argument for coming in on Aaron's next rock as well. Because they're going to peel. The question is, at some point, they may decide not to peel, but when they're up 2, right, I feel like they're still going to opt to peel.
And the peel is made. Walk it all the way over, out the side door. Another 2 to go in the corner.
Yeah, Team Reese-Hansen's just really, their hit game has been really strong this game. Peels, doubles, triples, they've made a little bit of everything.
So this guard is tracking it a little bit long. So take the angle on here.
Yeah, I think you would. It's pretty queued up. It also seems like Team Brown has adopted the Prince philosophy of maybe coming in on Corryn's first.
Well, they clear the 2 reds, but leave one of their own.
Yeah, and then Derek Corryn is, signaling that they're going to make their move now. I think you have to. Be interesting to see what her intern here does. We've seen a few come up light, a few over curl, so it'll be interesting to see where this rock ends up.
First of 2 for Brown here in the 8th. Glenn, we're feverishly working on the CTRS scenarios right now. Gonna have a full answer for you folks in just a second. I'm looking at a scribbled index card here.
That is not what Team Brown wanted, so again, an over curl and light on that one. So that so even sort of troubles on the intern kind of continue. Line would have probably been pretty good had the weight had a little more weight. Probably could have aired on a few more inches of ice there though, since they've seen a lot of over curls there.
And it looks like that Reese-Hansen is pretty much guaranteed a spot via the CTRS based on how well she's done this weekend. Looks like as long as they finish no worse than 3rd, and it doesn't look like that's possible right now. Of course, if they win, they get the automatic berth. Let's see if I get tried it for a second. So Reese-Hansen is guaranteed a trip to the Scotties based on how it's going this weekend. So good news for her fans.
Yeah, and sometimes that can help you play with a lot of freedom, right? So you're going to be a representative there of something, right? So it may allow them to kind of, I don't know how cognizant they are of that. Some teams are very aware and some teams prefer not to know those things. So
special shout out to curling's stat master in chief, Jerry Gertz.
That was some quick math.
He did it by hand. Looking to bring this one around now. Got to get all the way back. Don't want to get anything to sit on.
No real easy option here for Team Brown.
No, not at all. So, and there's no easy option. There's no good option. What's the best bad one?
I think they're looking at that outturn come around that Team Reese-Hansen just made. Don't think you can tap that left red because your other red is sort of in the way of the angle you need to get there. The only problem with this is if they were to come up light or come up deep, right? Obviously that's kind of curling 101, but yeah, they're in a bit of a difficult spot, especially being down 2 in the 8th without hammer. Now we're eyeing this red again. Yep. Timeout's been called.
Buy me a Coke.
Back to our earlier conversation about being a timer. There's something, the timeout was always the hardest part I thought about timing. There's a whole different button. You're so dialed in on trying to make sure you give everyone all the time they deserve.
Okay, so yep, absolutely.
Yep.
So Caitlin Laws has a slightly higher max total, which would push them past Gray Withers for the spot if Reese-Hansen wins here. Okay. But we know that Reese-Hansen is in, regardless. And after they summoned Cotter and sent him back to his table, what's the verdict?
From this ice, I think it looks like I feel like they're playing a tap on one of those reds. That's not enough ice to come around, so I feel like they have to be tapping up a red.
And that margin between those two teams is about 1/4 of 1 point.
Wow.
So we are going to double check that math because we have it broken down to 3 decimals right now.
Break out the abacus.
Or the slide rule. Slide rules sent somebody to the moon. So trying to play this fancy little shot here. Is it fancy enough? No, unfortunately.
Yeah, it kind of got caught in the middle there, I think, about where they hit either of those reds. They sort of were in no person's land, and unfortunately, curls a little less. You can get the outside one curls a little more. You get more of the inside one, and unfortunately, didn't quite catch either at the angle they needed to.
So here comes the final stone of the 8th. Reese-Hansen sitting at least 1, close for second. Gonna put a bow on this one. This draw looks pretty good. And it is, and that's going to be 1, 2, and 3 for Taylor Reese-Hansen. Now take the gloves off, and it'll be handshakes. Congratulations to them. They make this final score 9-4. Good game by both squads, but Reese-Hansen was just firing on all cylinders. Much better there, Glenn.
Yeah, a really great game. Both the hit game and the draw game, especially in that second half for Taylor Reese-Hansen. Really impressed with how this team really played. All the shots, I mean, they just had Team Brown, especially in the back half of the game, in a whole lot of trouble, and they were able to capitalize over and over.
And they're smiling. I think they might know that their ticket is punched. But that math is pretty close. Everybody's going to want to verify it. But for right now, from Esquimalt, for Glenn Prince and Connor Sims, I'm Dave Schmelt. Thank you so much for watching Curling Stadium. Have a pleasant evening.